We thought we'd take a time to appreciate his amazing movie moments that we just can't get out of our thoughts now that this Hollywood action hero from the 1980s is back in a huge way. So we thought we'd take a moment to appreciate his magical movie moments that we simply can't get out of our heads. These cover anything from arm wrestling to disposing an army, mountain climbing, and even country singing. Today we will count down the top 10 Sylvester Stallone action moments. Before starting, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Number 10. Arm Wrestling Championships Final Over the Top, 1987. The first moment on our list demonstrates that Stallone was more than just another action star of his period. Over the Top is a 1987 American sports drama film directed by Sylvester Stallone and starring Sylvester Stallone. Hawk is off to Las Vegas to compete in the World Arm Wrestling Championship in the hopes of winning enough money to start his own trucking company. Who else could bring such ferocity to a film about competitive arm wrestling? Watch as he unleashes slow motion and sweat-soaked vengeance on another cruel mother trucker in the name of his son. Lincoln Hawk, Sylvester Stallone, is a truck driver who makes extra money by arm wrestling. Hawk's estranged wife Christina, who has heart problems, requests Hawk to pick up their young son Michael from military school and build a contact with him. Number 9. Rapists Get What They Deserve. Rambo, 2008. Sylvester Stallone directed and co-wrote Rambo, a 2008 American action film based on the character John Rambo. Rambo, played by Stallone, leads a gang of mercenaries into Burma to rescue Christian missionaries kidnapped by a local infantry unit in the film. Do you think a throat rip is a little too brutal? Keep in mind that Stallone is battling a rapist who is ready to assault a humanitarian with whom he has built a King Kong-like relationship. His forces murder innocent people, kidnap adolescent boys to be inducted into his army, and kidnap women to be raped as sex slaves. Given that the entire Burmese army is depicted as rapists, I suppose Stallone spent the entire climax mowing them down with a machine gun. Number 8. Electrifying Confession Lockup, 1989. John Flynn directed the prison action film Lockup in 1989. Sylvester Stallone plays the lead role. Stallone portrays a model prisoner who is set up by the warden and transferred to utmost security, demonstrating cinema's ultimate tactic of obtaining a confession. He binds himself to the lever and straps the dishonest warden to the electric chair. After obtaining what he needs, he has the audacity to scare the man before revealing that he never planned to interfere with his haircut. Later, Stallone stated that it was not a film that was produced or done with sufficient maturity to have a lasting impression on the public or my career. That is the truth. Number 7. Failed Rescue. Cliffhanger, 1993. Cliffhanger is a 1993 American action thriller film directed by Sylvester Stallone and starring Sylvester Stallone. The film features Gabe, played by Stallone, who also co-wrote the screenplay, a mountain climber who becomes involved in a theft of a U.S. Treasury plane traveling through the Rocky Mountains, based on a concept by climber John Long. In this film, Stallone does a lot of spectacular and unforgettable things, from prisoner to rescue climber. The classic, yet heartbreaking opening scene, in which disaster turns him from a cheerful and confident hero to a shocked and dejected wreck, is the scene that stands out the most. This is easily the lowest point of any of his heroic identities. Number 6. Country Singing. Rhinestone, 1984. Rhinestone is an American musical comedy film directed by Bob Clark and based on a script by Sylvester Stallone. It was released in 1984. Nick performs a song at the Rhinestone in front of a horde of enraged hecklers who are ready for blood. Nick turns to the band and says, "Okay guys, let's pick up the beat," and the band begins playing the song in a more rock and roll rendition, and he wins the crowd over. Last but not least, if the previous moment was a little too serious, this should help to lighten the mood. Stallone plays an unpleasant New York taxi driver who is drawn into a wager to transform a tone-deaf country music hater into a star. Few things are more entertaining than seeing Stallone desecrate country music while dressed in costumes that only Elvis could appreciate. Number 5. Undercover Blonde. Nighthawkes, 1981. Nighthawkes is a 1981 American neo-noir action crime thriller film starring Sylvester Stallone and directed by Bruce Melmoth. 3 armed intruders attack a woman, who turns out to be in disguise NYCPD Detective Sergeant Deke De Silva of the Street Crimes Unit. Deke chases the third assailant upstairs to a subway station platform. taunts him, and incapacitates him with a scarf with the help of his partner, Detective Sergeant Matthew Fox. Stallone decides to one-up his source material after putting on his finest Al Pacino impersonation from Serpico. This bearded detective, in particular, outsmarts and surprises a murderer by donning a wig and nightgown. Sly isn't the tallest guy in town, but how did he disguise his weight beneath that nightie? And couldn't he have shaved a little before bringing out the trash? Number 4. Problem with the Fans Death Race 2000, 1975. A now totalitarian United States of America promotes a harsh annual event to pacify the populace in the year 2000. Against a backdrop of social turbulence, political unrest, and rampant anarchy, the infamous transcontinental road race. There have been many heroic moments in Stallone's career, but this isn't one of them. He plays Machine Gun Joe, an unbalanced egomaniacal racing contestant who scores by mercilessly killing spectators and pedestrians. In this gruesome reality show film commenting on society's addiction to violence, this is the only picture in which the actor plays a murderous madman before fighting David Carradine in an oddly festive-sounding fistfight. Number 3. Say What? Rambo, First Blood, 1982. First Blood is a 1982 American action film directed by Ted Kotcheff and co-written by Sylvester Stallone, who also plays Vietnam War veteran John Rambo in the film. Rambo, a troubled and misunderstood Vietnam veteran, is forced to rely on his combat and survival abilities after a series of violent events forces him to survive a large manhunt by police and government troops near Hope, Washington. Things get out of hand when I play a disturbed Vietnam War veteran who has a run-in with the jerkish sheriff of a tiny town. He's leaving it up to his former mentor and father figure to reason with him. As a result, we're treated to a poignant but confusing moment that demonstrates the war's emotional toll on veterans. Number 2. Three Seashells Demolition Man, 1993. Stallone plays John Spartan, a gruff, rule-breaking cop who is framed for a crime and cryogenically frozen for 40 years in the film Demolition Man. In the year 2032, he awakens in San Angeles, a tranquil utopia where crime is nearly non-existent. That is, until Spartan's former foe Simon Phoenix, Wesley Snipes, Blade, escapes and causes havoc in a society unprepared to deal with him. Spartan is thawed and assigned the responsibility of bringing him down. People in the future strangely clean up their bathrooms using 3 seashells. Because profanity is a ticketable infraction, Stallone chooses to rack up the fines in order to stock up on toilet paper. He's probably simply releasing his frustration from having to deal with Rob Schneider twice in 2 years, despite the fact that it may appear obscene. Number 1. Eye of the Tiger Rocky, 1976. Rocky is a 1976 American sports drama film directed by Sylvester Stallone and starring him. It portrays the rags-to-riches American dream story of Rocky Balboa, Stallone, an illiterate, kind-hearted working-class Italian-American and small-time club fighter who wins a crack at the World Heavyweight Championship while working as a debt collector for a loan shark in the slums of Philadelphia. We couldn't leave you hanging without showing you 2 of Stallone's most iconic scenes. That's right, we're talking about his legendary workout montage, complete with meat smashing, one-handed push-ups, and a jog up the stairs in his tracksuit. Topping it all off, his legendary cry at the close of the movie cemented Sly's place in pop culture for all time. That's a wrap for today's video. What are your opinions on our list? Which of Sylvester Stallone's iconic moments is your favorite? Please share your thoughts in the comments box below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more updates in the future.